Hey everybody, it's Easter Sunday. I hope you're all having a good holiday and enjoying your classes and your families. I've been giving some thought, not just today, but over the last couple of weeks with everything that's going on in the world, in particular in healthcare, and the challenges that we really have as a country, as a community, and in all the places where you live and with people that you know. And I couldn't help think about the interaction that we had earlier this semester where we had to talk about essentially how it is that you were going to be able to find your way and make a difference with you. And I talked a lot about my experience coming to Baltimore, the impact that my parents and their commitment to service had on me, and how I would go through and I was able to use the resources that I had as a physical therapist, as a professor at the University of Maryland, and now at Loyola, or as a nonprofit, in my interest in healthcare and education, and how that led me to use and be able to leverage my resources and things that I already had to be able to make a difference. And so it's no surprise then that I'm doing that same thing now. I'm trying to see how I can leverage what I have and the skills and the interests that I have to be able to make a difference. But what really struck me is that when I make that decision or when I approach those issues, I go by and I have to rely on the things that I have already done and the resources that I've already amassed and that I have. And where I think it's a little bit different for me than for you is that you have an opportunity right now in one of the most transformational periods of your life and one of the most transformational periods in the last century of this country to be able to take a look and to see where you can really make a difference. Not just today, not just with what you have, but what you can be. And I really wish that somebody had spent a little bit of time and explained to me that I had an opportunity at 19, 20, 21, 22 years old to actually take a good look around me and be able to determine how it is that I might be able to make an impact. And that happens to every college student as you go through, maybe while you're in school, before or after. But I know that things are very busy for you right now. You're adjusting to online classes. Some of you are adjusting to what you might have to do over the summer, plans you've had to change, maybe having to put off exams or put off experiences, internships, study abroad for next year. But in the midst of all that scurrying around and that searching and that uncertainty, I really hope that you take an opportunity over these coming months to really embrace the experience that our country and that you are going through right now. You all already have the key ingredient to being able to make a difference. You are committed to being able to help other people, and most of you committed to being able to help other people through some type of a health profession. And boy, don't we really need you to be able to do that. So you have that key ingredient, but I really hope that you take a look around now and see what is it that our country needs when it's really struggling. What is it that our communities and our neighborhoods need when they're really struggling with one of the biggest challenges that we're going to have this century? And how can you fill those challenges? The difference between you and me in being able to determine how we're going to make an impact is that I'm limited by the things that I've already done. You have this unbelievable opportunity and this unbelievable chance to be able to craft your future and being able to make an impact in any way that you want to. Maybe it's in public health. Maybe it's in immunology or virology, microbiology. Maybe you want to maybe consider being a nurse or somebody on the front line that's really making an impact, demonstrating the courage that we might not have even known until these last several weeks, that a healthcare worker or a frontline responder has had to have just to go to work every day and to make a difference. I think back when I was 21 years old, I was coming back to the University of Delaware for my senior year. I was going to take a summer class, and I was driving south through the Lehigh Tunnel and listening to the radio about an uprising in China. Now, it seems like kind of a blip in history, but this was an ongoing uprising where students were taking a stand against a repressive communist government for fundamental rights. They had had a taste of Western culture. They had had a taste of freedom. And when you look back, many of you may recognize this picture. right? One college student standing in front of tanks trying to stop the military might of the biggest country on the planet. And that really impacted me because I already had known that I was going to be a physical therapist. But really the question was, how will I be able to make an impact? What can I do by myself? And I really thought on that ride home, on that 5-hour ride from Ithaca to Delaware, what college students who were my age were doing in China, the odds that they were overcoming, the power that they had to try to beat and to overcome, and making an individual difference. Because if I was living there and not in the United States, I would not be having that comfortable ride from upstate New York to Delaware. You have that opportunity right now. I want to make sure that you take a few moments over these next several months to recognize the awesome situation, the awesome opportunity that you have, and to reflect on that. One of our great Jesuit values is reflection and discernment, and you have an opportunity to do that. Don't let this moment be so fast and so overwhelming that you don't grasp the opportunity that you have. Like I said, you already have the hardest thing. You are committed to making a difference for other people. And I just hope that this opportunity gives you maybe a clearer vision and a motivation as to how you're going to do that for the rest of your lives. Hope you have a good rest of the semester. Please don't hesitate to reach out if I can ever be of any assistance to any of you. Have a good semester.